Hello, everyone. Very happy to be here. Please let me know if you can hear me properly, if you can see me properly. I am sitting down here in Madrid, my hometown, Madrid, Spain. Please write on the comments that you can hear me properly so we get that done. And I'm really excited to be here and share all my passion for customer experience, users, customers, and everything that I really love. So please help me with that. Help me on the chat, on the public chat. Let me know that you can hear me. Excellent. Thank you, Paula. Yes, Cornelia. Amazing. Amazing. I'm going to share my screen right now so you can see my slides. And I want to make sure that you can also see my slides. So please let me know as well if you can see my screen right now. Yes, give me a yes if you can see. Yes, I can see your slides, Danny. Somebody can give me that, so I'm sure. And we're gonna start now with this conference from Madrid, Spain. I can't say that it's sunny today, but normally it's sunny in Spain, as you know. Yeah, all clear, everything is fine. You can see me properly, hear me properly. Yeah, great. Amazing, amazing. So let's do it. Let's start. Well, my name is Daniel Marote. I'm a customer experience ninja. I've been doing this for the past 10 years. I've been working as a marketer for over 20 years, working for more than 100 brands in 25 different countries. So it's my big pleasure to be here today at this virtual stage with all of you. You can follow me or talk to me on social media. Those are my personal accounts. Instagram is Daniel Marote and Twitter is Daniel_Marote. So please make sure to send me your comments, whatever you want. You can insult me. I'm gonna insult you back. I love doing that on social media. So yeah, it's amazing to be here, seriously, especially because I'm gonna share with you something that I've been doing for the past 6 years, which is travel the world talking about this movement, the user lovers movement. So what is the user lovers movement? Well, it's my personal vision, that I created, like I said, 6 years ago, on how we can approach people, because we call users to people in the digital age, but it's people in the end. How can we approach them on a world that people don't want to be approached? They don't like ads. They don't like when we invade their personal time. They don't like seeing advertisement. They don't want you to sell them anything. How can we still have meaningful relationships with those users? So more than 1 million people over the world have already downloaded my User Lovers Manifesto. I will be really excited if you become a part of this amazing community. Yeah, you want to be a part of it? Please let me know. Show of hands on those comments. Let me know that you want that manifesto. I'm going to be giving it away at the end of this presentation, so be sure to stick and stay so you can have it as well. You're going to have it completely free. So let's do it. I'm going to give you some relevant data before we start. We live on the data age, so how can I not give you some statistics on why customer experience and working on giving a very relevant experience to our customers is more important than ever before. So 87% of businesses follow a price-based strategy during the world economic crisis. That was year 2008. As you probably know, we're facing a really hard, economic crisis again, thanks to the pandemic. And this is what companies normally do. And they get scared because, their revenues are coming down, probably sales are coming down. They get scared and they will normally start following a price-based strategy, which obviously what happens when you start, lowering your prices, your competition is going to lower their prices as well. So we will all lose the most important thing that a business needs, right? That is having profits. So it's a really bad strategy. And let's face it, there's only 2 business strategies that we can follow. We can be very creative on making, different variations of these strategies, but in the end, these are the two true strategies that a company can follow. So one is based on price. You can try to be the cheapest on the market, and that will be the reason why people will buy the product from you or your services. Or you can try to be different, to be special, to differentiate your business, your brand, your products, your services from your competition. I hope you obviously already know that what I think that the best strategy right now is to be different, to be special, to be relevant, because that's going to protect your profits. And selling is not enough, guys. Selling is not enough. It's great to sell, but if you're not able to make money to get a good profit, then it's not a good business, right? Another important stat that I want to share with you is 87% of users will be willing to pay more money for a good customer experience. So that's why it's such an amazing opportunity. If you can actually amaze, surprise, engage your customers, giving them the right experience. But let me tell you this, only 1% of companies meet customer expectations. And you're like, what, Danny? I don't believe you. I can't believe that only 1% of companies are doing this right. Well, it's not my statistic. This comes from the Financial Times. It's a worldwide stat. So, it doesn't matter. Is it true that it's 99%? Maybe it's 80%. Maybe it's 75%. I don't care. But the truth is that there's a very, very big gap on the market right now because companies are not really paying attention to this. They're saying, right now we're at the moment where people are talking about this. They're saying that it's important, but very few companies are really investing their money, innovating, delivering new ways of value to build up on that experience with their customers, their users, So that's why I think it's such an amazing opportunity that we all have right now. So the first question that many people ask me is that, what are you talking about when you're talking about experience? What is it? Because so many people talk about this, but what is it? Well, maybe I'm going to surprise you with my answer, but it's everything. Absolutely everything. Everything that users think and feel about each of the touch points with your company builds up the experience. So if one of the touch points is positive, what is happening? You're engaging them. You're, making them, if they're potential customers, well, you're closer to making them actual customers. If they are customers already, you're making them loyal customers. That's what happens when you give them a positive, experience on any of the touch points, and there's hundreds, a small company has hundreds of touch points with their customers. If it's thousands of touch points. So this is something that you really, really, really need to take into account to be sure that it is working properly. What happens if the touch point is negative? You're obviously pushing back people, right? So that's why you have to really be careful with what you're doing and what's the journey that you're giving to your customers. So this is a tool that I used with more than 800 businesses around the world. It's a very, very simple cycle, but it happens in every single business in the world. There's no business that won't take their customers through this cycle. And I'm going to focus on the biggest problem that I've seen on the projects that I work on. The first part that has to happen to have a relationship with the customers, they have to discover you. Oh, that's obvious, right? They have to know that you exist. Maybe through an ad, maybe because a friend told them that you existed. There's many ways that they can find out about you. When they find out about you, they want to start learning about you. So they're going to Google your name. They're going to ask somebody. They're going to try to go to your website. If you have a store, maybe they're going to visit your store. They're going to start what I call taking you into consideration. That's like a casting for an actor, right? It's really hard actually, because there's many options in the market normally for every industry, right? When they already have their options, they're going to start comparing. But that comparison is not only based on the features of the product, it's also on what's the gut feeling, What's the gut feeling they have with you? Do they like you? Do they trust you? One way they try to find out if you're trustable is they're going to do a social, comparison. And it's not only asking their friends that they see every day or every once in a while. They're going to do things that you also do. They're going to tweet their friends or their followers. They're going to ask on Facebook, have you worked with this company? What was your experience? Do you like it? They're going to go, if you're in the travel market, you're going to go to booking.com, for example, to see if your hotel is nice, what are other customers saying about you. There's many ways to learn about, your business from users that are just like me. They're going to tell me the truth. They're going to really tell me the truth. So companies spend on those 5 stages literally millions of dollars, millions and millions of dollars, and that's actually when they're trying to get the opportunity to sell, right? They're actually trying to build the lead database, the opportunities, potential customers. They spend millions and millions of dollars on that. But what happens on the moment of truth when people actually go to your store, online or offline, and try to buy your product? How's that experience? Is your website easy to use, user-friendly? Do they find the thing that they're trying to find easily? Or is your website a complete mess and they have to go all over the place? They have to ask for help to try to find what they're looking for. That could actually happen. That also happens on a store, an offline store. When they go to the store, is it easy to find the product that they're looking for? Would they get help if they need help? The person that is going to help them is going to be a very nice person, well-educated. They know about the product or service that you're selling. How's that working right now? Because listen, what I'm seeing is that in this moment of truth, when people actually try to buy your product, many companies are failing. And all the millions of dollars that they're spending on the marketing to try to get that customer to come to them is just waste of money if we're not working on that, probably the most important touch point that you're going to have with your customer, And listen, this is so important because maybe they didn't have a great experience, but they still buy the product because, I was there, I went to the store, I needed it, and I'm going to buy it. But what happens on step 7 when they actually share the experience, right? And this is a cycle because when they share the experience, there's people that is going to learn about you because of them. So if it was a positive experience, great. Now, a friend of mine told me that your product is amazing, that I should have a look at it. Great. That's amazing. That increases the chances that they're going to buy by 10 times when it comes from someone that I already trust. And this cycle is going to be a lot faster, when it comes from somebody I really trust. But what happens if they say they didn't like it, that it was a bad experience? Going out of that box, it's almost impossible. When a friend of mine or a friend of yours tells you that the company is not what they expected, that they didn't like it, that you should try something else, it's very likely that you're going to do that. And they're not going to hear you won't care if that company tries to reach you again, you just block them. It's like you have an ad block on them, right? So let's be very, very careful with that moment of truth because I'm seeing a lot of failures on that stage. So what else? Are you still here with me, right? You're still with me. Please give me some thumbs up if you're with me, so I know that you're there. I want to feel you. There's another big gap that I found in the market that you really should take care of your business, and this is gonna, completely give you a competitive advantage with your competitors, and it's what I call the customer experience gap. And this is the difference between the executive or the management agenda and the customer agenda. Executives or the managers of businesses are normally occupied with the optimization of the business, optimizing profits, optimizing their products, services, optimizing their processes, internal processes, optimizing the people that work for them. It's all about optimization. But your customers don't care about that. That's not important for them. Your customers right now, what they want to know is, how you're solving the problems, if your product is really adapted to the problem, if they feel identified with your values, if the way, how you're treating the people that work with you, how you're treating the environment. Are you leaving a big negative impact in the world right now? How are you doing things? They really care about that. What's the lifestyle that you're proposing? They really care about that right now. If your managers, your leading team is not taking care of those needs, you have a very big gap. And you're losing a lot of opportunities. Of course, you're not going to have the right experience to match your customer needs. Another big issue that I find is that when we're actually comparing ourselves, we normally do it with our direct competitors. So if I'm Apple and I'm selling smartphones, I'm going to see what Huawei is doing, what Samsung is doing. So it's like I'm looking to left and right and see what they're doing. But if the stats are right, most of the people are not doing the right job, right? They're not doing it properly. So who do I have to look up to? Who is setting up the bar on the experience that users are expecting today? What's the expectation today? Who's setting the standard? That's the companies that we need to look up to learn how to do it properly. So who's doing it amazingly well? Of course, my beloved Apple. How many fans of Apple do we have here in the audience? Please let me know. Let me know how many people do we have that actually love Apple as much as I do. Yeah, there's a lot of fans. Yeah, do you have a lot of fans from Apple? Have you learned a lot from Apple? Listen, Apple has done an amazing job, and they have been doing this for a long time. I became a big fan 30 years ago when Steve Jobs divided the world in two. He actually divided the world in two with the best ever marketing campaign. What was the message? Think different. He actually divided the world in two. He divided the world in two. On one side, he was talking to the creatives, to the innovators, to the game changers, to the people that want to do things in a special manner, in a different way. And then the other side were the normal, the regular, people that do things just the old way, old school way. Where do you want to be at? That was the question that Apple was giving us. So he divided the world in two. Where do we want to be at? They've been elevating. Apple has been elevating the standard of experience that we have about other products. Are you meeting the Apple standards with your service or your product? Is it simple, easy to use, beautifully designed? Are you doing it? Well, if you raise your hand, you probably are. If you didn't, I'm going to keep talking to my brothers from Apple. I'm joking. Oh, yeah, sorry. True. I'm going to lose my chair now. Thank you for that, really, Rugil. I was also listening, but I didn't know if you're also being bothered by it. Thank you very much for letting me know that. Who else is doing an amazing job? Uber. They also changed a complete industry where people thought that it was impossible to innovate. They changed the game with very simple changes. They elevated the expectation of the customer. We should also see companies like that. How many people here are already using Uber? It's now a part of our lives. It's really normal to just go on an app, boom, get my car and feel like a VIP person. I have my own driver. I'm going to be treated like I'm a VIP person. Amazing job. Who's using Airbnb already? They changed completely, right? The way that you interact with places to stay. Amazing. How many of you are users of Pornhub? Oh, white people is not raising the hand right now. This is a shared economy platform. There's, these beautiful people that generously upload their content, and we enjoy it. That was a really bad joke, but just Just to let you know that the standard, the expectation that users have come from companies that have changed the game, have changed the rules, have changed the way that we receive value. So you have to learn from these people, from these companies, because they're the ones. How is Apple doing? It's really simple. You know, Apple gives you a clear, open, white, simple screen with a button on the center that says, touch me. Very easy, very simple. There's no way to get lost. How does Google do it? It's just one search bar, right? It's for dummies. It's for dummies. Impossible not to do it right. What do regular companies do? This. Maybe your company is doing it too. You know, I compare this phenomenon with, you know, the people that goes to a bar, they meet someone for the first time and they say, hi, would you like to sleep with me tonight? It doesn't work. Well, it doesn't work for me, at least. We first need to make it simple. We first need to engage with them, and then we can ask them for the rest of things, information, data, everything that we need from them. But please, please build a relationship first. Give them value first. So how does this work? And here's where I want to tell you that we have two very important customers or users in our business. You know, for me, the most important customer that you have is not your external customer, it's your internal customer. We terribly call them employees. I hate that word. I like to call them my internal customers, because who's the first people that I have to engage? Who's the first people that really have to believe in what I'm doing, on the products that I'm selling, the services that I'm selling? The people that is collaborating with me, right? So important. We're doing this so bad. We're not taking care of our people. I'm going to show you the stats. It's terribly bad. And why is this so important? Because who's delivering our value proposition? Who is actually, you know, giving that value, showing that value to the external customer? Is our people, is our internal customers. So this is the way it works, and we should start paying attention to how are we doing it with our internal people. So there's another curious phenomenon that I want to share with you on how I call them human involution. You know, it took us literally millions of years to, you know, start walking straight to become a Homo sapiens, right? Literally millions of years, but it's just taken less than 20 years to make us again walk like we are apes, because we're walking always using this device, a mobile. You know, we check this 1,500 times a day. People spend over 4 hours a day on this device. It's amazing. It's crazy. You know, people is walking on the street. They don't even look where they're going. They trip with everything. They actually cross the street. They get run over by cars because they're not looking what they're doing. So look at this. This is a real sidewalk in China. This is completely real. They designed two different lanes. One lane for the people that want to go with the mobile on their phone, on their hands. They don't want to see anything. They just want to walk with the mobile on their phone. Great, you have your lane. And then they have a lane that is free of cell phones, of smartphones. Is this innovation? Is this customer experience design? As simple as this? There's a best example that they're doing in the Netherlands, and this is a real photo. This is actually happening. You can go and see it in Amsterdam. What they have done, they said, well, if they're not gonna see where they're going, we're gonna put the stoplight, you know, on the floor so they can see that they have to stop. Is this innovation? Is this user friendly? Is this making it easier and better for the user, giving them value? Yes, right? So there's so many blind spots that right now you're probably not paying attention, where you can add new ways of value to make your experience better for your customer, to give them a positive impact on the experience they're going to have with you, that would make you more relevant in your industry, more interesting to engage with. What are the things that you think that you can start doing right now in your business to change that? This is what I call the user lovers algorithm to enhance your customer experience. Don't put this in a computer because you just probably make it break. So customer experience is UX, user experience, but please don't think only about a mobile app or your website. That's not user experience. Well, that's part of user experience. User experience is absolutely everything. How you design everything. How you design the documents that your user are going to use. How you design the way that people is going to interact with your customers. How you design the way that people is going to walk on your store. That's part of the user experience that you're building. Then you have to add the customer service. This is something that we're not paying enough attention. Do we make people wait 10 minutes in line? Do they have to interact with a computer that they keep, drives them crazy? I just hate that when I have to go through a voice computer telling me, oh, give me that. You have press 2, press 3, press 4. Just wait. Is that the type of service that we're giving? We're giving a high value, easy, quick, chatbots, live chats. How are we delivering that service to our customers? Are we doing this on the 21st century way, or are we doing it on the 19th century way? I know a lot of big brands that are still doing it on the 19th century way. The other thing you need to add is the brand experience. What is brand experience? Brand experience is everything that you make somebody feel. I always tell my customers that they should be, the brands that I work for, that they should be a movement, a social movement. What do you stand for? Why people has to, pay attention to what you're saying? Why are you culturally relevant? Are you trying to please everyone? Then nobody's going to pay attention to you. Whenever you're bold and, brave, which you need to be on the way the market is right now, which is savage. If you want people to pay attention to you, you have to be bold, you have to be brave, you have to tell them what you think, what's your vision in the world, what's the lifestyle that you're proposing to people, how are you doing things, what do you believe in? That's what makes you a social movement. That, if you're doing the right job for the right people, to your ideal customer, then you're building a community, then you're building something that's gonna last. Doesn't matter how hard the times come, if you build a community, you build a group of people that is engaged with you, that really believe in what you're doing, they're gonna stick with you. What do we have to be really careful, really careful? And this is something that we, like 93% of brands do. Spamming people. That's the enemy. That's the enemy of your users. Spamming people. Spam, it's what just completely separates your brand, your product, your service, your people from your external customers. This is like the cancer of your business. I'm going to show you why this is so important to take care of. What's a spam? Let's start from there. Spam is unwanted messages or contents that interrupt a user. That's spam. So people think that spam is only on the email, or that you only find spam on websites and things like that. It's not true, and I want to prove it to you. It's not only on the internet. It's everywhere. Let me give you some examples. When you watch the TV, if you still watch the TV, when they put you a set of ads of 5, 10, 15 minutes, what do? That's offline world. You're still watching the TV. What do you do when they put those ads? You probably get your phone, right? Maybe you change the channel or you just go to the toilet. You're not watching the ads. Probably what you have done, like I did many years ago, you're paying a month on Netflix, so you know. Of course, we also have a lot of spam on the internet. You know, there's terrible spam on the internet, especially banners. I hate banners. I think, and users really hate banners. You know, when you're going to your favorite website and there's a rich media banner that opens in full screen, you're trying to find the X to close it. You know, you hit the X and it actually takes you to the website of the company. How do you feel? You feel betrayed. You get angry. You say, Jesus, they tricked me. And there's a marketer in the other side saying, oh, I have a new click. Yes, but with a really mad user. You've seen it. You've done it. You felt it. When you go to a retail store and there's the salesperson that follows you all over the store to try to sell you their new offer because they're gonna make big commission on that. How do you feel? Do you like it? That's the offline world. Do you feel spammed? I do. If somebody calls you on the line to ask you, are you the owner of this telephone number? Would you like to change your operator? This one really drives me crazy. They still do it. I can't believe it. They still do it. That's big spam. When you get an email from your boss at 11 at night, it's obviously spam. And when your godparents come to your house on a Sunday at 9 in the morning without notice, it's definitely spam, at least for me. So as you can see, spam is all over the place. We're sending users so many messages that they don't want to receive. And what are we doing? We're just pushing them away. We're spending money. We're actually investing money, doing marketing that people don't care about. They don't want to see it. Do you hate spam as much as I do? Please let me know in the comments. If you hate spam as much as I do, I really hate it. I'm really trying to change this in the market. I've been working for the past 10 years really hard to make businesses, brands, small business owners to change their mindset on this. Please let me know in the comments if you hate it as well. I want to read it. I want to reach you. Yes. Yes, I can see. So why do we keep making spam to our users? Why? Ask yourself, why are you doing it? You're probably spamming your users as well. Listen, we really need to reset our mindset on this. We really need to reset our mindset on this. It's really easy. Look, you have to make yourself a very easy question. It's going to completely change the game. If you're going to send a message, any type of content to your user, it could be the dumbest thing, like you're gonna call them, you're gonna send them an email. You know, the simplest way of contacting them, approaching them. Or maybe something really important, like a big campaign, a big launch, you know, a big presentation that you're gonna do to one of your customers. Ask yourself, is this really valuable for them? Not for you, for them. Then if it's really valuable for them, then you're doing the right thing. It's not going to be spam. But if it's only valuable for you, they're going to receive it as spam. So that simple question can really change the game. So guys, I hope you're getting a lot of value from this. There's two final really, really important concepts that I want you to remember. Very important, because we've spoken about a lot of stuff for the past 40 minutes, but there's two very important concepts I would like you to remember. First of all, people don't like you to sell them. They don't want to hear your sales. They want to buy, but they don't want you to sell them. So the next question that you probably have on your mind is, well, Danny, great, I understand. I actually feel like that when someone's trying to sell to me. I really don't like it. It's like I completely disconnect from that person when they start selling something to me. How do we do it then? What's the right way to do it? Well, to win people's pockets, you first need to win their empathy. They need to feel like you really care, that you really understand their problem, that you really have something to help them go from A, which is their pain point, to B, which is their desire. What do they want? Are you really delivering on that? Are you really helping them make any type of transformation? Is it really useful? Is it a need to have, nor a nice to have? Do you really care about them? Do you even know them? Do you know your users? Honestly, how much do you know them? When was the last time that you took 5, 10, 15 minutes, half an hour to sit down with one of your users, your customers, and have a coffee with them and ask them, what do you need? Are we meeting your expectations? Do you feel we're delivering on what you need? It's very simple. Many businesses, they don't want to speak to their customers. Why? Because they're scared. They're scared to receive negative feedback. But the thing is that, well, it doesn't matter if they're not telling you. They feel like that. So then, sooner or later, they're going to find a better solution for themselves, right? That's what you would do. That's what I would do. Why wouldn't them? Very important. Please remember this. So at the beginning, I told you I've been traveling the world for the past 6 years. Amazing opportunity that I've had to share this user lovers movement. I hope that you feel that you're a part of this community right now. I would love you to make a screenshot. I told you that I wanted to give you the manifesto that gives you the vision that I had 6 years ago, and that is changing, over 1 million marketers all over the world on the way they approach their users, on the way they engage their users, on the way they sell their products, sell their services to those users. So please make sure to screenshot this. Please help me share it. You can share it on your social media. That would be amazing. Tag me with my personal account. I will retweet you or reshare your story if you share it on social media, and help me get businesses and brands understand that this is the new way, the right way. Not because I did it. It's not because obviously not because I did it. This is just common sense on how people want to be treated on the 21st century, on the digital age that we're living in. All right. So I just want to stop for a minute on the 7th point of this manifesto. It says you will trust that your user is intelligent enough and that he or she will buy when they're ready and if they consider that you're the best option for them. So what's your job? What's my job? To become the best option. That's our jobs, to become the best option. And let's treat them as intelligent people. Let's show them that we're the best option. Let's not show them. Let's make them feel, know, experience that we're the best option that they have on the market. Okay, that's our work. So I want to finish this conference. I don't know you. I don't know you. You probably didn't know me from before. So I need to make sure that I'm going to get one thing done on your mind today. Okay. I don't know if you remember the movie Men in Black. For those of you who don't know the movie, it was about two special agents that were fighting or, working on alien cases, paranormal cases, right? So they will go to any paranormal event, alien related, and they will obviously fight those aliens, and they will also use a tool, small tool called Neuralizer, to make citizens forget that event. They wanted us to live a better um, as a better society with less risks. Nobody wants to be scared of aliens. So that's the way they used to do it. So I brought my own Neuralizer today because I want to get one thing done with you. So please focus on your screen, because I'm going to do something really special with you with my own Neuralizer. Please look at your screen. If you are epileptic, don't watch at the screen. I'm not joking. But if you're not an epileptic person, you can look at the screen. In 3, 2, 1. Amazing. We just erased your spam attitude. Don't worry, you still will have your 3 brain cells to keep working, doing what you were doing. It was amazing to be with you today, guys. Thank you so, so much. I hope that you really like this chat, this talk. I hope that you get a lot of value from it. Please, please, please share your thoughts with me on social media. I love to be engaging with all of you. I know this was the final chat from this event, from today at least. So thank you so much for attending today to the Digital Marketing Conference. Thank you so much to all the speakers who delivered amazing sessions today. And a special thanks to our partner, One Trust Preference Choice. They enable marketers and publishers to drive transparent user experiences, to build trust and comply with hundreds of global data privacy regulations, including the CCPA, TCPA, CASL, and the GDPR. So thank you so much to our sponsor. And please, I encourage you to rate these sessions, all the sessions that you attended, and share your experience on the activity streams, and also on social media. Thank you so much, guys. It's amazing. And if you have any questions, I would love to answer them. I don't know if we have questions for today on the Q&A. Please let me know on the chat if you have any questions, and we can spend a few minutes trying to answer those questions. Please let me know. Any questions, guys? Shoot. Well, if we don't have any questions, it was amazing. Like I said, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate, and hope to see you on social media. Hope to see you really soon. Take care, guys. It was amazing. Lots of love from Madrid. And remember, become part of the User Lovers community.